working on a project at the moment, trying to revive the travelling language, you know. And a lot of people think that travelling language is only just a little jargon or some kind of cant that was made up in prisons or whatever. But the reality of it is it's a language that, as far as I can tell, and I've done research on it, and a lot of people have as well, that goes back at least 1,000 years. And that's 100%, that's a scientific fact as far as linguistics goes. And I know that I just want to make people aware that the travelling people are not just a group of people that decide that they're travellers. We were people with a shared history, we have a language, we have a culture, that's our own culture. And that's the reason why we're trying to get the ethnic status for ourselves, because it's something that's real. It's not, you know, people, we don't want something for free, we don't want a free ride, we just want to have something that is deserved, really. That's the thing, because we have all the criteria that a people needs for an ethnic people, and that's what we have, and a language is a big part of that. So I just want to say to all the people in this room, just be aware that the travellers, whether you're a traveller or not, we have a huge language that's got words for everything pretty much. You know, there's some words, we haven't got words for iPod and so on. But John Connors and myself are working on it at the moment. But I'm going to sing a song now. This song is half of it's in the language of the travelling people, which some people call gammon. Some people call it the cant, and some people call it shelter, but not many travellers call it shelter. But most people probably know it as the cant. Now it's only half in the cant. I might sing another song which is fully in the cant, but this is a song called The Good Simple Life. The horses and watching the pure galleon fresh jail stuffy the Sonia jail party is spoken to me. I was down at the site with the travelling girls, looking after the bobbies and plaiting their hair. That shone lacking I went to and Sony their deal. Just a good simple life of a travelling man on the roads and the lanes in a caravan. Himself and his wife and his kids and his family. I was at the campfire with the yellow soul boys, glorying the old tongue and the tales of their lives. Lashon gather and Lashon nather havi. I was in the four corners of it and so quaint, stalling the trailer for the morn to wait. Gradually Nancy for the know me will party slowly. Just a good simple life of a travelling man on the roads and the lanes in a caravan. Himself and his wife and his kids and his family. I was singing a song on an old Dublin street, and the buffers dropped coins in the party pot. A sore hand is working, but she great is me working the hell. I was camping beside an old ditch by the hill. Was indeed a cold night, sure the wind did would kill. No cheddar, I gritty, no skull from the shuttle for me. Just a good simple life of a travelling man on the roads and the lanes in a caravan. Himself and his wife and his kids and his family. A lot of talking. I do like to talk, sorry. Right, we're going to sing a song. This one is called The Last of the Travelling People. It's one of my favourite songs. Church Fred, I'm not here minding that shit. Well, me name it is Paddy, I'm all pecker done, me crying 'tis all, and all one for one. I walks the roads, but I never run, I'm the last of the travelling people. With me banjo and fiddle line on in a song, I sing to all people who do me no wrong. roads along, and know I'll find friends in the morning. Well, money is money, and friends, they are friends. But drinking with them is where all money ends. And if it's on money, it's on them. I depend when times and the guards are against me. From Belfast to Wexford, from there to Tralee, a town where the pub is a living for me. I haven't a home, but by God I am free. I'm the last of the traveling bar.
Were you ever down at the tricoloured house, where every rose grows merry and fine? It's there you will meet with a neat bonny lass. Will you tell her she'll be a true love of mine? Will you tell her to make me a fine new shirt, where every rose grows merry and fine, without any seams nor needlework, and it's then she will be a true love of mine. Oh, and tell her to wash it in yon spring well, where every rose grows merry and fine, where water never sprung nor never fell, and it's then she will be a true love of mine. And tell her to hang it on yon white thorn, where every rose grows merry and fine, where there ne'er grew a thorn since Adam was born, and it's then she will be a true love of mine.
But yeah, he said he was going to build a cardboard space rocket to bring him to the moon, because the council wouldn't leave him anywhere to live down here on Earth. I don't know if he ever got there, but he left this song anyway, which is really good. It's called "Me Father Had a Knife." So it's father had a knife, mother had the fork, sister had a bottle, and brother had the cork. We got a cut from the knife, a dig from the fork, a sup from the bottle, and he's gone and lost the cork. So the longer we go on, the merrier we will be. We do belong to a boozing family, and its father had a pig, mother had the cow, sister had a rabbit, and brother had the owl. We got some pork from the pig, some milk from the cow, some sport from the rabbit, and a whistle from Johnny's owl. So the longer we go on, the merrier we will be. We do belong to a boozing family, and its father had a lice, mother had the flea, sister had a cup, and brother had the tea. We got some scratches from the job, some bites from the flea, a drink from the cup, and he's gone and lost the tea. So the longer we go on, the merrier we will be. We do belong to a boozing family.
as a very small child, a 3, 4-year-old, maybe 2-year-old, and we lived out in Holly Park there in the Newtown Park Avenue, and there's a lovely entrance into the estate, and the travellers all came and parked our caravans there, and there was still tents, and it was just at the cusp, I suppose, in the early 70s, and they used to come around to our house and have baths and have their dinner. What the kids did anyway, they used to come around to our house and have baths, and you'd have neighbours coming across. Now this is in Foxrock Parish. Mrs. Dillon, Mr. Dillon, what are those people coming into your house for? They're hanging around with your children. That's right, yeah. Mrs. Blenner Hassett, etc. And anyway, they moved on then, or they were encouraged to move on after a couple of years, and there was these lovely bollards put up, so no other travelling people could come and stay there. And then I remember growing up, I was a teenager at this stage, and it was all on the way to Mass. Every Sunday you were obliged to go to Mass, and there was a lovely encampment on both sides of a road just below the church, with lots of travellers there living there, and they'd been brought there by a developer who couldn't get his lands rezoned because the lovely people of Foxrock Parish didn't want more houses here, they wanted a lovely park. So the travellers were there, and they lived there for a few years, and some of them came to school with us, and we grew up with them, and they were cool. And then I remember the priests were getting involved, and they wouldn't get involved because they didn't want to go against the parishioners or anything like that, and the travellers were being kicked out of Foxrock just beside the nice Catholic church. And there was a football field at the end of our roads, and there was a letter sent around: please park your car in front of the football field so the travellers don't go from the church to the football field. And you get another knock on the door: how are you, Mr. Dillon? How are you, Mrs. Dillon? How come you haven't parked your car down the end of the road? Would you go and fuck yourself? You'd be much more polite. Then I went down to the country, and I lived down in the country, and the older people could remember that once a year the travellers come round and I suppose fix their stuff, provide services, and they would welcome them. To be a big party every year to welcome the travellers when they travelled down. This is in Kerry. How times have changed. The plastic came in. And then I remember going to the Johnny Doran weekends and noting how all the women travellers that would go, they were all very dignified and respectable, and they always got a seat and kept it for the whole feckin' night. And I bet you any traveller woman in here has a seat. Anyway, so I don't know what to play. I would play a couple of tunes and see how we get on. So you've got a great support anyway. Next gig I do of my own, I'm going to call it Paddy Point and Dillon. So I get a crowd